What is going on, everybody? Brent Abel here, goldballhunting.com. That young buck over there with the red roundies, the great Jeff Jacklich. And guys, we're gonna do a little reality check in this episode of the Gold Ball Hunting Podcast today. We got a little question we're gonna put to you. For some of you, it's gonna be, I'm cool with that. Others of you will go, God, did you have to bring that up? Okay. So guys, hang in there with this episode because this is definitely going to help your tennis game.
So the big question is this. How are tennis players like us who never played on the tour, weren't incredible juniors, or maybe got a late start to the game, how do we consistently compete at our highest skill level without having to grind through endless hours of on-court practice time and still be in the hunt for the victory match after match? That is the question, and Gold Ball Hunting gives you the answers by helping you eliminate your skill level range so that you build a strong foundation of confidence. My name is Jeff Jacklich, and along with Brent Abel, my partner, welcome to Gold Ball Hunting.
Well, all right, Mr. Jacklich, what is up there, young man?
Beautiful morning here in NorCal.
All right.
It's just crisp and clean, fall, beautiful. Going to be another kind of a warm day today, which is, oh gosh, I'm sorry. It's just
that's good stuff. This time of year. This
is so silly because being in Michigan all summer, which I loved. I mean, I had it was great. I can't wait to go back. It's going to be so much fun. But every day, I was looking at the hourly forecast and then the 5-day, 10-day. I was looking at, and every day, different parts of the day, I would recheck the hourly to see thunderheads, what's happening.
Right.
It's like, bobbing and weaving here, But here, I don't think I've actually checked the weather, but once or twice since I've been back.
Well, you know what they say about the easiest job in the world. That's to be a weatherman in the Bay Area, because it's like. Okay, guys. Hey, good morning. There'll be some fog this morning. It'll burn off by about 8:30. See ya.
Or a weatherman in San Diego, right? Yeah.
Right.
Sunny. Nice. Go to the beach.
That's right. See ya. All right. Well, listen, we're here in Steamboat Springs for a couple more days. Today's Friday, the 25th of October. Actually, my anniversary today. So I better.
Hey, is it your birthday too?
Well, that was yesterday.
Oh, shit. How do I not know that?
Well, because now at 71 in a day, it's like ho-hum, big whoop-de-doo, right?
I think we just got to rename it. It says from henceforth on, it's Give a Gift to Brent Day.
Well, that would be fine. That'd be fine.
How about that?
We'll just go over to goldballhunting.com and buy something. I don't know. That would be a good gift.
There we go.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
Yeah. No, so anyway, we're blissfully starting year 12. Today's our 11th anniversary.
Awesome.
And we hung out for, God, a good, 4 or 5 years before that. So
awesome.
All good. And we're still here in Steamboat. We'll be here for the weekend. Then we're getting packed up Monday morning early, heading west. There's speaking of weather, a little bit of storm, thinking about maybe slowing down the departure on Monday morning, but we'll hopefully get through it. Elko, Nevada for the night, and then we'll get to Bay Area on Tuesday afternoon, the 29th.
Elko.
And we'll see
Elko, that hustling, bustling, metropolitan Nevada desert town.
It's a little. I mean, it's a great town. It is. It's the gateway to the Ruby Mountains, which are south there, which are spectacular.
Yeah.
And of course, as you mentioned,
it's also the home
of the. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Say it.
Home of the international.
Yes.
Cowboy poetry competition.
That's right.
And it's usually around the end of January, I think, somewhere in there.
So it's in the dead of winter.
Yeah. And let me tell you, there is not a room to be found.
Yeah.
I mean, there are guys that end up having to stay in Reno and drive out to Elko every day, which is 3 hours.
Wow.
It's about 3 hours to drive out from Reno, isn't it? Isn't it about 3?
It's at least, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's booked out solid. It is unbelievable. It's one of the coolest things ever. I just happened to catch it. I was driving to Sun Valley one winter and happened to, decided I'm really tired. I'm gonna pull in here and call it good. And it happened to be that week, and it was like, man, I gotta go check this out.
It's kind of fun,
and
yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well, so that's what we're doing, guys. What we want to talk about today is a reality check on. There's really kind of 4 areas in terms of learning how to win more matches, or what we got to do to get better at to win more singles and doubles matches. And, for the tournament players who really want to get through to that next round or two, what we're going to talk about today is a component that you absolutely must have as part of your program. And if you guys are trying to get the next level in terms of a new rating label in the NTRP league thing, this has got to be part of it. So I think a lot of players, Jeff, think about, well, we talked yesterday about just grinding through stroke technique, that's going to do it. And we're saying back off of all the stroke technique. I mean, a little bit here and there is fine, but the stroke technique
right.
work ought to be an effort not to add something, but what can I take away? It's about less stroke technique. What can I take away so that I have the most simplified stroke, and which means that I'm more consistent. I'm way more consistent, and my timing's more consistent. And the mindset of that is that, how do I use this stroke strategically? The more we add layers technique-wise, God dang it, the more we start thinking, well, this is how I win tennis matches.
Yeah, more moving parts, the more higher probability of something going wrong.
Absolutely. So that's one part. Stroke technique is a part, but we have different philosophy on it, which is taking away, not adding to it. The second part is tactics and strategies. Huge component of learning how to win more, right?
Right.
The third component is the old noggin. How do we use our brain to think our way or not think our way through matches to make sure that we get a win?
Yeah.
And then the fourth thing is physical. What do we do physically to be able to win more? And I think if you're really serious about competing in tournaments and getting through the next few rounds, or you want to get to that new rating label in leagues, you've got to embrace all four of those categories. Let's talk about this, Jeff, today. Let's just talk about the last category, the physical thing. And the question that I want to throw out there is, what one thing could you start doing physically, fitness, whatever you want to call it? Doesn't have to be like, oh my God, I'm going to go and by the end of the month lose 30 pounds and I'm going to be, Usain Bolt out there. No. What one thing could you start doing physically that would start making you a better player?
Right. Because it's a, tennis itself is this layering of all these different skills, physically, all these different skills mentally. So all the categories you just listed they all have layers to them, right? And so what thing can you pick out, and today we're talking about the fitness aspect of it, fitness, and then we're going to put nutrition in there as well with the fitness. What thing can you pick out that would make a 2% difference, 3% difference in how you felt, how you moved on the court, how you physically felt? Do I feel like I have more energy? Blah, 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 right? So I got my cup of coffee here this morning, right? So,
yes.
So 3 years ago, I did, I think I did the whole 30, right? The paleo,
right?
And I did it strictly for 30 days, and then I modified it a little bit, just because I could. I had the range to be able to do that. But one of the things that I continue to do is that I used to put half and half, not 2% or anything, half and half in my coffee every day. And so I went, and so the paleo says no dairy, so I just pulled it out. And I've loved coffee my entire existence. And so I drink my coffee black now, all the time.
So you're saying you came out of the womb with that backhand volley, and a love for coffee.
Yeah, crazy. I'm not sure whether those two are somehow connected. I don't know.
Could be. They could be. Caffeine.
But I know I've done this with some students that, we've talked about fitness and that kind of thing, and said, okay, and I ask them, like, okay, what's your coffee habit every day? Oh, well, I got to have a Starbucks, blah, blah, blah. And then midday, I like to have a cup of coffee with some half and half, and then go blah, blah, blah. I go, okay, tell you what, if you just eliminated the half and half in the coffee, by the end of the month, I got a bet that says you're going to lose 5 pounds by the end of the month if you just eliminate that one thing. Or do you put sugar in it too? Yeah. Okay, take the sugar and the half and half out. You still get to have your coffee, but without the sugar and the half and half. And literally everybody loses, I'm going to say, around 3 to 5 pounds in 30 days without doing anything else.
Right.
So does that make a difference? And I'm here to say it does.
Yeah.
It does. And on the fitness scale, it may seem so incremental that but it does. It makes it. So now what else can I do? Once we see that success, what else can I do next month? Okay, now I'm going to do this 30 more days, no half and half, no sugar in my coffee. What else can I pick out in my nutrition plan that will possibly, drop another 2-3 pounds, again, without changing anything else? And then we can start to look at these things, in these small little incremental changes. Could be kind of like atomic habits, right? These small little incremental changes. So now what can you do on the physical side? What one thing can you do every day that might move the meter 2-3% by the end of the month in 30 days?
Yeah.
And
look, I mean, there's no question that if you're not embracing the fitness category, and look, I know that we're kind of preaching the choir to a lot of our players here, because they are, and that's great. But it could be even for those players that, if we were to go through that one thing exercise and ask someone who's super fit, eats well, what one thing could you do that maybe you're not doing? Or what one thing are you doing that's maybe taking away from your... So one thing, if a guy's super fit or a gal's super fit, and I know some players like this, and I used to do this. I used to do some long distance running. I used to think, well, I got to get in great shape. So I'm going to, after every match I play at the Berkeley Tennis Club, I'm going to put on the running shoes and I'm going to run over to the stadium at Cal, Memorial Stadium, which is a mile. And then I'm going to do the stairs over there, because that was back in the day when you could get inside the stadium. You could just run
walk in.
And you could go and do, it's the old bowl style stadium. It's beautiful. Every time I go in there, I start crying because it's so beautiful. And I would do like a dozen sets of the stairs, 75 stairs, by the way, from bottom to top.
Yeah.
And or at least 75 rows. And then on the west side of the stadium, you'd come up and you get to the very top, and there would be the San Francisco Bay Area over there. And you'd be looking out over Berkeley and over the Bay and over San Francisco. There's the Golden Gate. There's a Bay Bridge. And I'd be thinking to myself, hey, man, you're the only dude who's doing this, right? And then I'd run back the mile and I'd run back to the club. But what I discovered was that the mile running over and the mile running back was just tearing up my legs. The stairs part was great.
Right.
But the long distance, you might not think that, a mile over and a mile back is long distance, but it's enough to where it takes away those quick twitch, whatever muscles that we need in tennis. So I would say to anyone who's out there who's super fit, doesn't need to lose an ounce of weight, is that, guys, if you're doing any kind of long distance running, you better stop it, because it's taken away from your quickness. And we all know that quickness and your ability to have agility is like super important in tennis, right? Whether it's singles or doubles. So I would ask you to replace the long distance stuff, if that's what you're doing, would be with some sprints, and just go out in the court and just do a series of sprints, and that's cool. So that's one way you take something away, and then maybe you kind of substitute with something better that's more tennis specific. the bottom line here, I guess that we could say is if you're lugging around an extra couple of pounds or more, I mean, then you're not serious. You're really not serious about getting through to the next few rounds in that tournament. You're not really serious about taking yourself up to that next NTRP rating label, whatever that is.
Right. Fitness, improved fitness, improved nutrition. And when you start to feel it physically, that you're feeling fresher, more fit, amazingly, your stroke production actually improves. Without doing anything.
Well,
just feeling being more physically fit actually improves everything without hitting a ball.
Yeah. Clarity.
Yeah.
Clarity. Look, guys, we'd like to help you. And look, this is going to be a private phone call, so it's not like it's a group thing where I've got to lose a few pounds, you guys. Could you help me out? And everyone on there, went, come on. No. Look,
right.
It's a private call, the three of us. It's free, 10, 12, 15 minutes. If there's some fitness thing that you haven't figured out, let's get in the phone and let's chat about it. And let me and Jeff kind of point you on a path of and like Jeff said, this is not a quick fix. This is something that takes some time. But the end result when you get there, the payoff is absolutely huge for your game. Go over to goldballhunting.com, drop in a first name and email address, click the button, you get access to our online calendar scheduler. You get to pick a date and time that works best for you. And Jeff will call you, and then he'll patch me in. And then we'll just dive in and we'll just figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Because we want to help you get that result you want, which is to play at a higher level, get more wins, and kick some butt. That kind of thing. Kick some butt. All right, Jeff, what do we want to find folks to do right now?
Like us, share us, please subscribe. Let us know what you think down below. iTunes, Stitcher, rate, and review. Goldballhunting.com.
Spread the word.
Spread the word.
Guys, get out there today, wherever you are. Help someone else have a great day. Jeff, we're doing this again tomorrow.
Can't wait.
Okay.